learn about King David's story.
神说大卫是合神心意的人
God said that King David, is a man after God's own heart.
所以神从羊群中把他带出来做以色列人的王。
That's why God brought him out of the herd, the sheep, and allowed him to be the king of Israel.
大卫的王国可以说是以色列历史当中版图最大。
And from territory perspective, the kingdom of David is the biggest among all the kingdom of
从这
Israel.
个跟埃及的交界，埃及小河，
From the border to Egypt,
一直到伯拉大河就是幼发拉底河。
and all the way to the river of Bethel.
只有大卫王朝的时候才占领这么大的土地。
And only during King David's time, the kingdom possessed such a big land.
圣经里面在判断以色列王到底是好王还是坏王，
And sometimes the Bible will determine whether a king is good or bad.
说他行他们的祖先大卫所行的，
And the Bible recorded that they perform what their ancestor King David has done.
行神眼中看为正的事情，就是好王。
And whoever follow David and does the good things, does whatever is good in God's eyes. is
他
a
们
good
没
king.
有行大卫所行的事情，就不是好王。
And whoever does not follow King David's example is not a good king.
神说要让大卫这个名字成为大大有名的人。
And God said that He will let the name of David be known.
所以大卫这个名在历史上的被歌颂是一个非常出名的名字。
And that's why, as we know, the name David is well known throughout the history.
好，我们今天下午就来学习大卫的故事。
So this afternoon, let's study the story of David.
以色列的第一个王叫做扫罗，
The first king of Israel is Saul.
因为以色列人说他们要王，
For the people of Israel say that they want a king.
后来他们就高立了扫罗做他们的王。
Therefore, Saul was anointed to be the king.
但是扫罗一做王以后就没有听神的命令，
However, after Saul became king, he did not listen to the command
后
of God.
来被神把他拒绝了。
Later on, he was abandoned by God.
神说：“你既然不听神的话，神就厌弃你做王。”
God says, since you do not listen to the command of God, God despises you as a king.
神说他已经找到了一个合他心意的人，
God said he already found someone who is after his own heart.
让他来接续扫罗做王。
And this person will be the king after Saul.
那这个大卫王他是出于这个以色列的犹大支派。
King David was from the tribe of Judah.
他们是住在一个小地方叫做伯利恒，
And they live in a small place called Bethlehem,
也是耶稣出生的地方。
which is also the place Jesus was born.
他是伯利恒耶西的小儿子。
And he is the youngest, he's a son of the Joseph.
他是父亲最年幼的孩子，他替父亲来牧养。
And he is the younger son of the father, and he looks after the sheep.
后来神借着撒母耳先知高立他做王。
And through prophet Samuel, he was anointed king.
后来真的时候到了，30岁在希伯伦做王7年半。
And when he turned 30, he became king for 7 years at Hebron.
后来又在耶路撒冷做全以色列王33年。
And later on, he went to Jerusalem and became king of the Israel for 33
圣经
years.
里面神说我把你从这个羊群当中造出来。
In the Bible, it says, I called you forth from the herd,
让你离开羊群来牧养全以色列。
allow you to be separated and and be the shepherd of Israel.
所以我们知道说神可以从那个贫寒卑贱的人来提拔他们。
So from this, we can see that God can choose someone from people that has
可以
no
让他
background
们跟王主坐在同样的位上。
and allow them to be sitting in the same seat as kings.
所以圣经里面说，神可以把卑微的人把他升高。
That's why the Bible says God can excel whoever is low,
把那个高位的人也可以把他降卑
and God can also humble whoever is on high
他
places.
可以让贫穷人富足
He can allow the poor to be prosperous,
他也可以把富足人让他贫穷。
and he can also make the wealthy poor.
说人生的命运都掌握在神的手里。
So our fate are controlled in God's hand.
我们从大卫的童年开始讲
So let's start from David's childhood.
他小的时候在家里看守他父亲的羊群。
When he was young, he looks after the sheep of the house.
我们知道这个牧羊人有一个特色，
We know the shepherd has a characteristic.
他要把羊群带到那个青草地溪水旁。
He needs to lead the sheep to the land of
让
land
他
of
们能
grass,
够吃得饱足，还可以有一个非常好的安静的休息的场所。
so that the sheep can eat the grass and have a plant.
这个
plenty
牧
of
羊
rest.
人对羊群因为都是他的羊所以特别有爱心。
And because these sheep belong to the shepherd, that's why the shepherd will take extra
有
care
些
of
羊
the sheep.
跟不上队伍，很瘦弱的，就要把它抱起来，或放在肩头上。
Sometimes the sheep is falling behind because they are weak. The shepherd will carry the sheep.
这个羊群不是在后面赶呢，
And when he lead the sheep, he does not follow behind the sheep
那
and
赶
chase them.
羊的人他已经在走在前头。
Whoever lead the sheep will walk in front of the sheep.
让他一叫羊群就跟着他走。
And whenever he calls, the sheep will follow him.
所以很多的特色这个牧羊人的特色都成为神工人的特色。
So many of the characteristics of shepherd become the characteristic of the worker of God.
所以古时候很多神用的人都是牧羊人出身。
That's why in the ancient time, many workers that was called by God are actually shepherd
主
themselves.
耶稣也说他是好牧人，
Lord Jesus himself called himself.
所
Lord
以他
Jesus
走
called
在羊
himself.
群的前头。
He called himself a good shepherd. And
结
he
果
walked
他
in
一
front of the
呼
sheep.
叫出羊的名字，羊都跟着他走。
And whenever he calls the name of the sheep will follow.
他说这个羊不会跟着陌生人走，
He said that the sheep will not follow a stranger,
所以牧羊会认出自己的主人。
and the sheep will recognize his own master,
主人也可以叫出羊的名字。
and the master will call out the name of the sheep.
所以牧羊人跟这个羊群有一个非常密切的关系。
So there's a close relationship between the sheep and the shepherd.
主耶稣说他是好牧人，为羊舍命。
Jesus said he is a good shepherd and he will sacrifice for the sheep.
大卫牧羊的时候也曾经这样。
Likewise, David also did so.
他说有时候狮子来了，熊来了，
He said the Bible records that sometimes lion or bear
有时
will
候
go
把
to the
羊
sheep,
就摇着就走了，
and sometimes they will snatch a
他
sheep.
就跑去去追，
And David will chase after the
然
bear,
后把那个狮子熊把它抓来，把它撕裂，
and he will tear apart the lion or bear
然后从他的口中把羊再救回来。
and rescue the sheep.
虽然这是很危险的事情，
Even though this is a dangerous
他
task,
知道说这个是他的羊，
however, he knew that these are his sheep.
所以冒着生命的危险来把狮子熊把它打死，把羊救回来。
That's why he risked his own life to chase after the lion or bear and rescue the sheep.
耶稣说他是好牧人所以有时候也要为羊来舍命。
Jesus said he's a good shepherd and he will sacrifice for the sheep.
他是一个很忠心的牧羊人
He's also a loyal shepherd.
但是比较小，有时候就比较容易被人家忽略掉了。
But because he's young, so sometimes he's neglected by others.
撒母耳先知神叫他说：“你到那个耶西的家，从他们家族当中高立一个人来做王。”
God told Prophet Samuel that go to the household and choose someone from among the household to be king.
这个撒母耳到的时候，
And when the prophet arrived,
耶西把他的几个大孩子通通叫回来，
the father called back all the sons.
把这个最小的大卫留在那边看守羊群。
However, David was left behind to look after
因
the
为
sheep.
在人来看应该是这个比较大的长得又高大这个来当王最好啦。
Because from man's perspective, we often think that whoever is tall or strong
啊，
should be
那
the
这个
king.
最小的最小的去放羊好了。
And we will often look at the shortest or the youngest and say, you can go
啊，
attend
所
the
以
sheep.
他几个哥哥通通在家里，在那边跟先知、跟祭司在那边吃宴席。
So the older brothers were having a feast with the prophet.
那个耶西就让他的儿子一个一个经过那个撒母耳先知的面前。
And the father told the son to go meet the prophet one by one.
那这个第一个孩子出现的时候，
So when the first son approached the prophet,
先知说：“哇，这个最好，这个长得这么高又这么英俊。”
and the prophet responded saying that he's a good candidate because he's tall and handsome.
大概神选的就是这个人吧。
Perhaps this is the one that God chose.
那神马上跟他讲
However, God told the：“ prophet
说你
right
不要
away.
看他身材高大，
God said, "Do not look at how tall
我
he
不选
is.
他，我不选他。
He's not the chosen one."
说人是看外貌的，神是看内心的。
God said that man may look at outer appearances,
所以在人来看很强壮、很高大、很英俊这个来做王最好。
but God look inside the heart.
但是神说我不选召他。
That's why God said he is not the chosen one.
这个让那个耶西的儿子一个一个都从先知的面前过去了。
So one after another, the son passes by the prophet.
但是没有一个是神所要的一个人。
However, none of the sons were chosen by God.
先知就问那个耶西说你的儿子都在这里吗？
So the prophet asked the father, "Are all your sons present?"
还有一个一个最小的在野地里面牧羊。
And the father responded, "There is one more. The youngest, he is in the field."
撒母耳
tending
说
the
你
sheep."
赶快把他叫回来。
And the prophet Samuel said, "Recall the
他
son."
没有回来，我们就不奏席。
And until the younger son is arrived, there shall be no
后
feast.
来当这个大卫回来的时候，
So when David returned,
神就说就是他。
God said, "This is the
你
one."
起来，用膏油膏在他的头上，让他将来准备做王。
Arise and anoint the young one with oil, and he shall be king in the future.
我们看到说神的原则是大的服侍小的。
We can see the principle of God is that whoever is greater shall serve the young.
所以我们人就是大的来继承王位。
However, from man's perspective, we often want the oldest or the biggest
但
to
是
be king.
神不是看外貌，
However, God is not the one that looks
而
at
是
outer
看人
appearances,
的内心。
but He looks at the heart of man.
虽然大卫长得最小，他是最小的孩子，但是呢，神却要他来当以色列的王。
So even though David was smallest in stature and the youngest, however, God chose him to be the king.
这个大卫年轻的时候他就有一些好处，
And there were
很
some
多的优点
good qualities of David when he was young.
他非常会弹琴。
He was very good at harps.
因为当时的扫罗王因为神离开他了。
And after God departed from King Saul,
所以神的灵一离开，说魔鬼的灵就进去。
and as soon as the Spirit of God departed from Saul, the Spirit of Satan
所以
entered.
常常就恶者魔鬼来扰乱他，心神不宁。
That's why King Saul was often bothered by evil spirits.
后来有臣仆就跟他讲说你从国中找一个弹琴的人来
And one of his servants said to King Saul that you should find someone from the country.
让那个恶者来的时候他为你弹琴你就会舒服一点。
And when you call this person, he shall play a harp for you, and you should
当
feel
时有
better.
一个人就介绍这个大卫。
And through some introduction, David was reached.
后来这个大卫就被选到王宫里面为王弹琴。
And later on, he was elected to go to palace and play harp for King Saul.
我们看撒母耳记上16章，
Let's turn to 1 Samuel.
撒母耳记上16章16节，
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 16.
说我们的主可以吩咐面前的臣仆，找一个善于弹琴的来， 等神那里来的恶魔临在你的身上的时候，使他用手弹琴，你就好啦。17节。
17.
扫罗对臣仆说：“你们可以为我找一个善于弹琴的带到我这里来。”18节。
18.
其中有一个少年人说：“我曾经看过伯利恒人耶斯的一个儿子。善于弹琴，是大有勇敢的战士，说话和宜，容貌俊美，神也与他同在。”这里扫罗说要找一个善于弹琴的人来。
Here Saul said they need to find someone who is good at playing harp.
结果在王宫里面服侍王的一个少年人他就说
So a young servant in the palace told the king,
我曾经看过这个伯利恒人耶西的儿子，就是大卫了。
he said that I once met the son of Jesse from Bethlehem, which is King David.
说这个人很会弹琴，
And he's very skilled with the harp.
他是一个勇敢的战士，
And he's a brave soldier,
容貌俊美，说话和宜，
handsome in person and eloquent in speech.
又有神同在。
And the Lord is with him.
我们看到这个少年人可能跟大卫很熟
Perhaps this young servant in the palace know David very
结果
well.
他一下子就讲出很多大卫的优点。
And we can see within a few minutes, a few seconds, he bring forth so many
可
good
能大
qualities
卫
of David.
的虽然年纪小但是他的一些美名就传到各地方了。
So even though King David was young at the time, yet his character was well known.
所以很多人都知道他他就把他介绍给这个扫罗王。
And that's why he was introduced to King Saul.
后来扫罗就叫人去把这个大卫找来。
Later on, King Saul sent someone to bring David to the palace
他就来服侍大卫王，服侍扫罗王。
to serve King Saul.
我们看23节，
Let's continue to read verse 23.
16章23节。
Chapter 16, verse 23.
说从神那里来的恶魔临到扫罗身上的时候大卫就拿琴用手而弹，扫罗便舒畅这个恶魔就离开了。所以他很善于弹琴，这个他一弹琴他说魔鬼就离开了。
It says here, whenever David plays harp, the distressing spirit will depart from Saul.
所以扫罗王他就觉得很舒服很舒畅了。
And King Saul will feel refreshed.
所以你看那个弹琴赞美诗歌这个都是一种属灵的征战，可以赶鬼
So from this we can see that playing harp music and singing hymn also is also effective in battling the evil spirit.
有时候这个大卫离开王宫，他回到家乡继续牧他的父亲的羊。
Sometimes David would depart from the palace and return his home to look after the sheep.
有一天他爸爸就跟他讲
And one day his father said to him,
说：“你几个哥哥在这个军营里面当兵。”
and the father told David, some of your brothers are enrolled in the army.
你带些礼物带些食物到军中看看你哥哥们平安不平安。
And why don't you bring some food to your brothers in the army to see if they are doing well?
这个大卫就把他的羊群就交代人请别人帮他看守。
So David entrusted his sheep to another shepherd.
所以我们看到他很负责任，先把他的工作先把它安顿好，
And from this we can see that David was very responsible because he
然后照他父亲的吩咐就到军营里面去
would take care of his own sheep before he go to the camp
看他的哥哥。
to visit his brothers.
这个刚好那个时候有敌人非利士人的一个勇士叫做歌利亚。
And at that time there was a brave soldier from the Philistine called Goliath.
他是一个很会打仗、长得又高大的一个勇士。
And he's a mighty soldier who is also great in stature.
他出来要跟以色列人打仗。
And he was about to fight the Israelites.
他说：“你们如果能够选出一个人来跟我打仗。”
And he said to the army of Israel, saying that if you can find someone who can
啊，
fight
如
me,
果他得胜我的话，我们非利士人就做你们的奴仆。
and if this person can win against me, then we Philistines shall be your servants.
啊，如果你们失败了，啊，那你们就做我们的奴仆。
However, if the person you choose failed, lose against me, then you shall be my
因
servant.
为这个非利士人啊，他们是长得比较高大，
And because the Philistines are generally
啊，他
taller,
们又非常会打仗。
and they are great in battle.
啊，以色列人在那个时候刚刚立国啊，他们没有什么军兵，没有什么武器。
And because at that time, the Israelites only just established their kingdom, they didn't have much weaponry.
圣经里面说，那个时候非利士人他们已经可以做铁器了，所以有铁铸的兵器了。
And the Bible records at that time, the Philistines know how to use iron, so they have weapons made out of
以色
iron.
列人还在丢石头。
And the Israelites were still using rocks.
啊，
as
你怎么
weapons.
跟这个勇士跟强大的军队来打仗呢？
So how would you fight against an army with iron weapon with stones?
所以说那个人一出来一战战40天所有以色列人大家都吓得都躲起来了。
The Bible said that as soon as Goliath came out, the Israelites were scared for 40 days without anyone coming forth.
这个大卫就看到说，这个人怎么一直骂我们骂我们神的军队。
So when David arrived at the scene, he said to himself, "How come this person was blaspheming
来
against God
羞
and his
辱我
army?
们神的名
And why is he blaspheming against God's name?"
所以他说，这个没有受割礼的人，怎么可以这样来侮辱神呢？
So David said, "How can this uncircumcised man humiliate God?"
所以他就说，既然大家不要出去跟他打仗，那我就去跟他打了。
So David said, "Since no one is willing to fight against him, I shall go."
有的人就把大卫所讲的话就告诉扫罗王。
Then someone passed on what David said to King Saul.
扫罗王说你还这么年纪这么小，他是一个很有力量的勇士
And King Saul said that you are such a young man and you're fighting against Goliath.
你怎么有办法
soldier.
跟他打仗？
How can you even fight against him?
但是大卫就说我小的时候跟我父亲为我父亲在牧养。
And David replied that when I was looking after the sheep for my father.
狮子熊来了，我都可以靠神的名把这狮子把它撕碎，把羊救回来。
Whenever a lion and bears come, I can tear apart the lion and bear in the name of God. And
所以
rescue
神
the
既然
sheep.
帮助我胜过狮子跟熊
So since if God helped me to overcome bear and lion,
这个人在辱骂神神也会帮助我来得胜他
and since this person is blaspheming against God, God will also help me.
扫罗想就要让他去
So King Saul
不太
thought
放
about it.
心所以把自己的盔甲给他穿。
And he was not sure, so he also gave David his armor.
这个扫罗王因为他长得很高大，比别人都高过一个头
And because King Saul himself is tall,
他说那个战衣盔甲放在那个大卫的身上他根本就没有办法走路
so when they put King Saul's armor on David, David was not able to walk.
所以大卫就把它脱掉了
Then David removed the armors,
穿着他牧羊人的衣服
and he wore what he used to wear,
拿个机旋就甩石头的机旋
and he bring a sling with him,
在溪中捡了5颗石头
and he picked up 5 rocks from the river,
结果他就往战场上去了
and he marched forward to the battlefield.
那个歌利那个勇士一看说你们以色列人都没有人
And when Goliath saw this, he said, "Is there no one in
他
the
怎么
kingdom
派
of
一个小孩
Israel?
子要来跟我打仗
Why would you send forward a child to fight me?"
他又说好，你今天来我就让你让那个天上的飞鸟来吃你的肉。
And now you have come forth, I shall let the bird feast on your corpse.
但是大卫说你是靠你的武器来跟我打仗。
And David responded to Goliath that you may fight me with your weapons.
但是我今天跟你打仗啊，就是靠着你所辱骂的永生的神
However, when I fight against you, I rely on the God you have been blessed me against.
啊，所以神一定将你的肉啊给那个空中的飞鸟来吃。
Therefore, surely God will allow your corpse and flesh to be eaten by
那
the
结果他
birds in
一
the
边
air.
跑就随便捡一颗石头就把它甩出去了。
And as David run forward, he threw out a rock with the sword.
那个石头就刚好正中了那个歌利亚的额头
And this rock landed right at the forehead of Goliath.
结果那个歌利亚就倒下去了。
And Goliath fell to the floor.
大卫就跑过去，
And David ran to
所以用那个
Goliath.
歌利亚的刀子把他的头就砍下来。
And with Goliath's very own weapon, David cut off the head.
结果非利士人看到他们讨战的勇士就被杀了
So when the Philistines saw their brave soldier was killed,
所以他们就逃走
they ran away.
以色列人就赶快追结果让他们得到了大胜利。
And the army of Israel chased after them, and they won the great battle.
所以大卫虽然是一个很年轻的一个孩子，但是他可以靠着神帮助他，神给他的勇力来战胜这个敌人。
So even though David was a young man, however, by relying on God, he was able to overcome Goliath.
所以让我们知道说，这个战争的胜败不是靠着兵器，
So from this we can know that whether winning a battle or not, it does not depend on the
这个
weapon.
战争的胜败是在神的手中。
Winning a battle depends on God.
所以神让人得胜不在乎兵多兵少。
So to win a battle, it doesn't matter how many army you have.
所以以色列人他们在打仗的时候
So when the Israelites fight in a battle,
他们说有人靠车，有人靠马，
they say that some people rely on the chariot, some people
但是
rely
我
on the
们所
horses.
靠的就是永生神的名
However, we rely on the eternal name of God.
结果他们靠着神就能够得胜利
And by relying on God, they were able to achieve victories.
但是大卫回来以后不但没有得到扫罗的称赞反而扫罗开始嫉妒他。
However, after David returned to the palace, not only he did not receive the praises from Saul, but Saul started to be jealous of him.
我们看撒母耳记上18章，
Let's turn to 1 Samuel chapter 18.
撒母耳记上18章
1 Samuel chapter 18,
我们看第5节
verse 5.
，18章第5节，
Chapter 18, verse 5.
说扫罗无论差大卫往何处去，他做事精明，扫罗就立他做战士长。众百姓和扫罗的臣仆无不喜悦，因为一开始他得了胜利扫罗很高兴就立他做战士长。
Initially, after King David achieved victory, Saul was very happy and made him the man of war.
他说所有的百姓扫罗的臣仆每一个人都很喜欢这个大卫。
And everyone in the palace liked David.
我们再看第6节，
Let's look at verse 6.
撒母耳记上18章第6节，大卫打死那非利士人同众人回来的时候妇女们从以色列各城里出来，欢欢喜喜打鼓击磬，歌唱跳舞，迎接扫罗王。第7节，
Verse 7.
众妇女舞蹈唱和说扫罗杀死千千，大卫杀死万万。第8节，
Verse 8.
扫罗甚发怒不喜悦这话，就说将万万归给大卫，千千归给我，只剩下王位没有给他了。第9节，
Verse 9.
从这日起扫罗就怒视大卫本来这个大卫为以色列人立了一个战功。
Originally, David established a great victory
他
for
消除
Israel.
了以色列人一个极大的敌人。
and he terminated one of the great enemy of Israel.
当然应该是众人都喜悦他。
So naturally, everyone should like him.
扫罗做王应该对这个对国家有功的人应该也要重用他才对。
And King Saul should put great emphasis on David, who for to
但
serve.
是因为一句话让他很不高兴。
But because of something that the woman said, he became unhappy.
也因为这一句话让大卫后来经历了好多的苦难。
And because of this one sentences, David also suffered much later on.
所以圣经说人的话语有时候会试验人。
That's why the Bible says sometimes the speech of man will test man.
因为妇人可能无心的所以他们唱歌说扫罗杀死千。
And perhaps the woman did not intentionally say it in front of King
这个
Saul,
大卫杀死万。
but they were just seeing that Saul has slain thousands,
本
and
来扫罗也是一个勇士，没有错啦。
David slain 10,000s. We know that Saul himself is
但
also
是
a
这一次
warrior.
的功劳应该是大卫帮助他们得胜。
However, we know that it was David who won this battle.
但是扫罗王听到这个话语以后他就很不舒服
However, when King Saul heard the speech,
把
saying,
千
he was
归
not
给
happy.
我，把万归给这个小孩子。
He said that, how come you only give me thousands and give 10,000 to David?
所以呢，想说如果这个年轻人一直存在的话，我这个王位可能就保不住了。
So Saul said to himself, if David continued to exist, then perhaps one day I also lose
我
my
儿
kingdom.
子以后就休想做王了。
And then my son will lose the opportunity to be king.
所以他为着要保住他的权威，
So in order to preserve his own
所
power,
以从那天开始他就怒视大卫。
and in order to preserve his own power, started that day, David became his target.
所以就想办法要把这个大卫把他除掉。
And he tried everything he could to eliminate David.
所以当这个大卫在帮扫罗弹琴的时候，
It says when David was playing harp for Saul,
扫罗好几次那个枪拿起来就要把它砸下去。
and there are several times that Saul would pick up a spear and throw it at David.
神保护他，让他一转身所以那个枪就砸在墙壁上面。
And however, because God protected David, now the spear landed on him.
后来大卫知道说他没有办法在他们继续待下去了，所以他就开始逃亡的生活。
And later on, David realized he could no longer stay at the palace. Then he started live a life of running.
这个扫罗因为极度仇恨大卫所以做了很多伤天害理的事情。
And because of his jealousy against David, Saul actually did many things that was against the.
因为大卫逃难的时候跑到祭司那里。
And one time, David ran to the priest.
因为几天没有东西吃了。
And because he haven't eaten for several days.
问祭司有没有食物。
And he asked the priest for any food.
祭司说本来有一种食物是要给祭司吃的陈设饼。
And the priest say that there's actually some bread that was meant for the priest.
但是祭司特别说如果你能够圣洁的话，你就可以吃。
And the priest said to him that if you're holy, then you can eat this
所以
bread.
他把陈设饼给他吃。
So he actually has some of the bread.
另外大卫就跟那个祭司要那个杀死歌利亚那一把刀。
And David also asked for the sword that was used to kill Goliath.
结果本来他没有什么恶意
Originally, he didn't mean.
那是因为有一个大卫扫罗王的仆人他的臣仆看到。
But because one of the servants of King Saul saw that David was asking for the sword,
所以他去密告扫罗说那个祭司就跟大卫串通了。
so the servant reported to Saul that the priest was planning
扫
something
罗
with
把这
David.
个祭司的家族就把他们杀掉。
And later on, King Saul killed all the family.
这
of
个
the
心中
priest.
是没有神把神的仆人家族就杀掉。
So from this we can see that Saul has no God, doesn't have God in his heart. For
只
he
有
has
那个
killed the
大祭
worker
司
of
的
God.
儿子他逃出来，后来就投靠了大卫。
Only the son of the high priest escaped, and later on he went to David.
所以大卫后来就一连串的逃亡这也是神给他的一种试炼。
Even though David was on the run for a long time, but this was also a trial that God gave him.
看看他的心内如何
To see what is inside his heart.
但是没想到他在这个旷野逃难的时候，本来一个人都照顾不来了。
And however, when he was running away in the wilderness,
没有想到一些受压迫的、贫穷的、苦闷的人都跑去跟随大卫。
and he barely could take care of himself, but all these people, the weak and the oppressed, went to him
大
as
卫
well.
除了要照顾自己，还要照顾一个400多个跟随他的人。
So not only David has to take care of himself, he also needs to look after 400 some people.
那么我们知道说因为大卫有神的同在。
However, because we know that David has the abiding of
看起
God.
来是很贫穷，又能够养活400多人。
So even though he seems poor, but he was also able to upkeep 400 people.
所以保罗也曾经在讲说一个跟随的人似乎贫穷的，但是却可以带给很多人富足。
That's why Paul said that even though someone who's following God may appear poor, yet they're sufficient.
似乎是一无所有的，却是样样都有。
Even though it seems like they have nothing, yet they have everything.
结果他在那个旷野当中都躲在那个山寨土堆里面。
So when they were in the wilderness, they would often hide in the ground or inside.
扫罗王带着军兵到处要去抓拿他。
And Saul would lead an army to all the places, try to catch him.
那后来大卫说神就是我的山寨，我的避难所。
And later on, King David said that God is my refuge.
事实上，那个山寨那个土堆那个很难说让你得到真正的安全。
And we know that it is difficult for you to hide inside soils.
那是一个敬畏神的人神才是他真正的保护跟看顾。
And for someone who worship God, God is the refuge for him.
所以大卫从这个逃难当中他体会到说虽然我常常遇到离死只不过一步。
And from while David was on the run, he learned that even though there are many times he was very close to being captured.
那他说神看顾我，好像人在看顾自己眼中的同人一样。
However, he said that because God looked after me like someone who's looking after someone.
所以神对他的眷顾是无微不至的。
That's why God take complete care
这
of
是
him.
他从患难当中体会到神的爱。
And through tribulation, David was able to experience the love
有一
of
次
God.
他躲在一个山的另外一边，
There was one time he was hiding on one side of
扫
the
罗已
mountain.
经带着军兵来了，要快把他整个山包围住了。
And the mountain was almost surrounded by Saul and his army.
好像那个网楼要把它网起来了。
And it seems like David is being captured in a cage.
但是有人来报告说，非利士人打过来了。
However, when his servant reported that the Philistine has attacked,
所以扫罗就放弃了就去跟非利士人打仗。
that's why Saul gave up catching David and went to battle.
所以扫
The
罗这个大卫体会到说我们被那个网罗网住了。
So David felt that even though they seems like they had nowhere to
但
go,
是那个网罗破了一个洞我们就逃走了。
however, God will always open an opportunity for them to escape.
神的看顾是这么奇妙。
This is the protection of God.
虽然扫罗一直想要追杀大卫，
So even though Saul has tried everything he
但
could
是
to
神
chase
奇
David,
妙的安排，让扫罗好几次掉到大卫的手中。
however, because of God's arrangement, Saul actually fell into the hand of David many times.
神是要看看大卫的心，
And that's because God wanted to see
你
the heart
对
of
你的
David.
仇敌是怎么对待。
God wanted to see how David would treat his
有
enemies.
一次他躲到那个山洞里面
There was one time David was hiding in the, in
突
the
然
cave.
间那个扫罗跟随他的人也进到那个山洞里面。
And Saul and his followers went into the cave as well.
因为大卫他们在里面所以看外面看得很清楚。
And because David was inside the cave, so they were able to see who is coming
那
into
大卫
the
的部
cave.
下说啊，现在他已经落在你的手里了，
And David's men told him that Saul is now in your
你
hand.
让我过去啊，把他头一砍呐、他死掉了，国家就是你的啦。
Let me go to him. Let me go to Saul and cut off his head. Then this kingdom is yours.
但是大卫就责备那个部下，
However, David rebuked his men,
说这个跟你没有关系。
saying that this is not your. This does not.
他
This
是一
matter
个
does
受
not
膏者，
concern you.
神的受膏者。
He said that Saul was anointed by
他
God,
将来他怎么死啊？那是他跟神的关系。
and how he shall die in the future is between him
我
and God.
绝对不伸手去害他
I will never reach out my hand and harm him.
啊！所以等到后来啊，这个扫罗他们出去了，
And later on, Saul left the cave,
因为大卫只是在扫罗的衣角啊，把它割了一小段。
and at that time, David made a small
那他
cut
自
on
己心
Saul's
里也很
clothes,
自责。
and he also blamed
不过
himself.
当这个扫罗出去以后啊，他就说
And after Saul left, he said,
啊，你看你说啊，我要害你，我根本没有害你的心呐、
and he said to himself, even though you accuse me of trying to kill you,
今
I
天
never
呢、
tried to
神
harm
把
you.
你交在我的手里，
Today, God had put you in my
但是我
hand.
不敢伸手害你。
However, I do not dare reach
你
out my
看你
hand
的
to harm
衣
you.
角
Look at the corner of your clothes.
啊！后来扫罗自己啊，知道说自己错了。
And at that time, Saul realized he has done wrong
那
against
另外
David.
有一次啊，
There was also another incident.
扫罗又带着3000的精兵
Saul was leading 3,000
来
men
抓拿大卫。
in order to catch David.
他这个在晚上啊，神让他的军兵啊，全部在那边沉睡啊。
And at night, God allowed his soldiers to fall asleep.
啊，大卫进去呀，把那个扫罗的枪跟他的水瓶啊，就把它拿走。
And David was able to get into the camp and take away Saul's water bottle and spear.
他们走了一段路以后啊，他才大喊
And after they left the camp, they distanced themselves from the camp.
啊，
He
对那
yelled,
个扫罗的元帅亚尼亚说啊，你怎么没有保护你的王？
he yelled to his Saul's general saying that, how come you did not
有
protect the
人
king?
进到你们的营里面
Some people enter your camp
啊，你看看你们的那个水瓶啊、枪，
and go look for the water bottle and spear.
他有机会啊来伤害扫罗，但是他不敢这样做。
So even though he had opportunity to harm Saul, he did not do
他
so.
所以用爱心啊来对待仇敌。
So he treated his enemy with love.
所以大卫讲了一句话说啊，我看重你的生命，
So David said a sentence say that I value your life.
我也求神啊能够看重我的生命
I also pray that God also value my life.
啊。后来这个扫罗啊，他真的啊，他就痛悔啊，大哭啊，
And later on, Saul repented and he wept
因为他对大卫的作为啊，真的是心无可服啊。
because he was very moved by David's actions.
所以我们来看这个撒母耳记上哈，
Let's look at 1 Samuel.
撒母耳记上，我们来看26节，26章，
1 Samuel chapter 26,
我们看21节到25节。
from verse 21 to verse 25.
撒母耳记上26章21节。
1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 21.
扫罗说啊，我有罪了，我的儿子啊，大卫啊，你可以回来，因为你今天看我的性命为宝贵，我必不再加害于你。我是糊涂人呐、大大错了。22节。
22.
大卫说啊，王的枪在这里，可以分入一个仆人过来拿去。23节。
23.
今日神将王交在我的手里，我却不肯伸手害神的受膏者，神必照个人的公义诚实报应他。24节。
24.
我今日看重你的性命，愿神也看重我的性命，并且 拯救我脱离一切的患难。25节。
25.
扫罗对大卫说：“我儿大卫啊，愿你得福啊！你必做大事，你必得胜。”于是大卫起行扫罗回他的本处去了，因为扫罗一直想要杀害大卫。
Because Saul wanted to kill David.
但是大卫对扫罗一点仇恨都没有。
However, David held no grudge against Saul.
而且一直用爱来对待对方。
Instead, he treats Saul with love.
后来扫罗王他自己都痛哭
And later on, even King David himself, he cried.
说哪有人碰到敌人还放他走呢？
He said that I never seen anyone letting his enemy go.
我好几次落在你的手里，你都没有害我。
I fell into your hands several times, and you did no harm.
所以他说我真的是错了。
So that's why he said, I had sinned.
所以他说你一定能够得福。
He said, surely you'll receive blessing.
你能够做大事。
And you should do great things.
将来以色列国要坚定在你的手里。
And in the future, the kingdom of Israel will be established in your hand.
还有他说当你做王的时候你不要向我家绝了恩惠
And when you become king, you should not be like me to depart from God.
扫罗真的对大卫的作为心无可乎。
At this point, Saul has nothing to say against David.
我们看到说这个大卫真的是合神心意的人。所以神跟他试验了以后，他那个美德就显出来了。
So from this we can see that truly David is someone who was after God's own heart, and through trials, his good deed was manifested.
后来因为非利士人又来攻打他们。
And later on, the Philistines attacked
扫
them.
罗跟他的儿子他们带兵去打仗的时候一日之间都死在战场上面。
And when Saul led his son to fight the battle, they all died within a day on the battlefield.
因为本来大卫帮他得胜敌人。
For originally David helped him overcome the
他
enemy.
却要把这个勇士把他杀掉。
But instead of promoting him, they wanted to kill David.
让大卫一直的逃亡。
And they put him on the run for a long time.
结果让那个敌人就一直的侵占过来
and because of this, the enemies was able
以色列国
to
大半
penetrate
的土
territory.
地都被他们侵占了。
And they lost half the land to the Philistines.
等到最后要去对付敌人的时候，已经来不及了。
And when they finally want to fight the enemies, it
所以
was
在
already too
一次
late.
战争当中大败，扫罗跟他的儿子死在战场上面。
That's why they lost greatly in the battle, and Saul and his son died in the battlefield.
所以有的人说这个大卫帮助扫罗杀掉那个强敌歌利亚。
So some say that David helped Saul kill the great enemy Goliath.
但是扫罗却被心中的歌利亚，就是那个嫉妒心害死自己
However, Saul was killed by the Goliath inside his heart, which is jealousy.
所以他最后跟儿子一同灭亡。
That's why later on, in the end, he perished with his own son.
当然这个大卫因为扫罗离世了，他也没有感到高兴，他还为扫罗做哀歌。
And when Saul died, David was also sad, and he also made a
因为这讲起来是
song for
以
him.
色列整个国家的不幸，
for the death of king is a sad thing for
因为
the
他
country.
们失败了，神的荣耀失掉了，
For they have failed, and the glory of God
所
departed.
以对他来讲没有什么可以高兴的地方。
So there's nothing for David to be happy about.
后来扫罗的元帅就扶着扫罗另外一个儿子，要让他做王。
And later on, the general of Saul tried to raise up
但
Saul's
是
other son to be king.
神不同在所以那个扫罗家族就越来越衰败。
However, because they did not have the abidance of God, that's why the household
虽
deteriorated.
然扫罗失败了，但是大卫没有用自己的方法想要去做王，
Even though the household of Saul has fallen, David did not try
所以
to
他
be
就
king his
求
own
问
way.
神说：“神我是不是可以回到以色列地？”
So David asked God that, can I return to the land of Israel?
神说：“你可以回到希伯伦。”
And God said that you can return to Hebron.
那这个犹太人就在那里高立他做犹大支派的王。
And the tribe of Judah anointed David to be the king.
他也不用自己的方法去跟扫罗家打仗，没有啊。
And even when he became king, he did not fight with the
但是因为
household of
扫罗
Saul.
家慢慢的衰败下来了，
And because the household of Saul,
所以最后
deteriorated.
全以色列国就来迎接大卫做全以色列的王。
That's why later on the whole Israel went to David and welcomed him to be
所以
king.
神虽然应许他做王，但是他不用自己的方法，
So even though God promised David to be king, yet David did not use his
但
own
是
method.
神就一步一步带领他成为全以色列的王。
And God guided David step by step, and later on he became the
他
king.
就全国在他的带领之下就能够强盛起来，
And under his guidance, the country became strong.
因为他很敬畏神，
For he feared.
所以他做王以后第一件事情就把约柜引到耶路撒冷，
So after he became king, the first thing he did was bring the ark to Jerusalem.
说他能够秉公行义把神的律法教导百姓来遵行。
So that he can do the right thing and teach the people the commandment of God.
善用很多国中的一些有智慧有能力的人
And many wise men were able to put to use in the country.
所以他的国度非常的强盛。
That's how the country became strong.
这我们看到说这个大卫他在从幼年时候一直到做王这一个阶段。
So this is what happened to David when he was young until he became king.
所以圣经里面说我们要去寻求查验神所喜悦的事情。
That's why the Bible said we need to search and examine things that is pleasing to God.
到底是什么是神所喜悦的事情？
So what are the things that is pleasing in God's
他
eyes?
说我们要去查验然后按照神的旨意来行。
The Bible said we need to examine these things and follow according to the Bible.
一个人能够得到神的爱
And because man can receive the love from God,
就是因为他能够爱神，行神所喜悦的事情。
man can receive love from God because he has done something that is pleasing in
就
God's
很
eyes.
自然就能够得到神的爱。
And that's why naturally they will receive
所以
love
我们
from
今天
God.
拜神的人也是一样。
So today for us who worship God,
不是称呼主主就够了。
we do not simply call out in the name of the
我
Lord.
们要明白神的旨意，
We need to understand the will of God,
按照神的旨意来行。
follow according to his will.
我们就是一个合神心意的人。
Then we are someone who is after God's own heart.
愿主祝福我们大家。
May God bless every one of us.
我们来唱诗377首。
Let's sing hymn 377.